I'm Luke, and in this one, I'm hiking up to a remote alpine lake, fishing for wild trout for the campfire, and whitewater pack rafting home on a clear mountain stream. Stay tuned, because this one's gonna be great. All right, we are on the trail. Gotta go dogs out for this one. Little ruffed grouse in the middle of the path here. We're at the second and hopefully final river crossing here. And this one's a little deeper, so I'm going pants off. The trail here has just turned a complete bog. Oh, really slow moving, but we're about to start gaining some elevation, so I hope that kicks us out of it. Okay, well, that was just awful. Didn't like any part of that. And now my shoes are soaking wet. Let's hope I don't get trench foot again. Horse trails cut so deep into the ground. Look at this. Just gotta find the campsite now. Oh wow. Feels good to take that off. Well, it's good to have that out of the way. It's calmed down quite a bit actually since I pitched the tent, so I can see the water is a little calmer, and there is a ton of fish action going on out there right now. I haven't seen any hogs, but I've seen some little jumpers and I'm seeing a whole lot of rises, so I think that means that our luck might be okay. We'll see. Do I say that every time? Maybe. Maybe. I wonder if this guy's dead or dying. Y'all see that? He might be a zombie. Weird, I've never seen a trout that color either. He's just jet black. What a strange thing. Okay, this fish has got to have brain damage or parasites or something, because now he's just swimming in circles. I've never seen a fish like this. Let me know if you know what's going on there, because that's very interesting, and I have not seen that. Look at this fella. What you doing, bud? I see. I got a fish on here. That's our cutty right there. And this seems like a good portion for me. Beautiful little fish. I'll just grab a rock and bonk him. Yeah. There's our little guy. Nice. Let's get us a little trout on a stick going. I accidentally gnarled up the trout a little bit. So that's what we got for lasagna. All right. It's time to get cracking into this stuff. Pretty much 100% sure that I added way too much water to it. So I think we're going to be dealing with lasagna soup. But we can improve it by making it trout lasagna soup. Lasagna and trout soup. Yum. Check out that meat. That looks pretty good. I think it's delicious. Let's get into this stuff. Got a bite there with a nice piece of trout. Wow, that's hitting the spot. That is beautiful, that. Well, I must say, I enjoyed my first backpacker's pantry food, and I'm feeling good and full now. Love that. It was delicious. It's starting to get dark out, so I think I'm gonna sit by the fire a little longer, tire myself out, and hit the hay. And tomorrow we got a big day. We're gonna be hiking 10K down to the Clearwater River, getting onto it in our raft, and absolutely going. Well, good night, everybody.
Good morning. I slept so good and for so long. Time for breakfast. Yep.
Beautiful breakfast, beautiful morning. Well, beautiful little lake that we stayed at. Loved that. Had a nice little mountain trout for dinner. Now it's time to do some rafting. Now that's some bear shit right there. Hey, a bear! Well, here's our first good look at the valley that we're going to be rafting down. There she is. Just a short hike to go, and we'll be on the water. Here's the connector. This will bring us another kilometer or two up the Clearwater River to our put-in point. All right, well, we've made it down to the river. So it's a pretty fast-moving river, and there also is a slight danger of sweepers. Those are logs and rocks and things that can knock you off your boat. But I like it because for most of the way, it's gonna have these gravel beaches, and that makes it easy to get out and scout. So you just get out of the boat at any point, go have a quick look downstream, see if it's safe, hop back in, keep going. So we should be able to make good time on this river and be nice and safe. All right, the coolest feature of these by far is the ability to stow all of your gear inside of the tubes. So that's what I'm gonna do. And on one side, I'm gonna put everything that I need to stay dry. And I'm going to tie it up nice and tight in this garbage bag. And on the other side, I'm gonna put my backpack. All right, let's get on this thing. We're officially on the river. Have a look at that. Pretty fantastic views here. There's this little patch of flooded dead forest here, and that's not good for us because it creates these, which are called strainers and sweepers. A sweeper knocks you off your boat, a strainer gets you stuck underwater, so they can be really dangerous. I think I'm probably just gonna carry my boat to the end of this, and pretty sure the dead forest ends pretty soon, but I'm gonna be quite careful as I go through it to scout every corner. As I said, we're scouting everything out just in case, and look at this. I believe that I could do that with not too much problem, but the risk is a little high, so it's pretty easy to just grab the boat and bring it around. I really am in the middle of nowhere right now, so risk assessment is kind of the #1 thing. I'm not in too much of a rush. We're actually making decent time despite all of the portages, just because this river's running so fast. So when we do hop on here, I think we're probably going 10 kilometers an hour. After I capsized my canoe on the Nittinat River, I did a decent amount of research into whitewater strategy and pathfinding to figure out how I could not do that again. The packraft is a lot more nimble than a canoe, so it's able to handle rapids like that a lot better. It's also a flat-bottomed boat, which means that it's not very tippy at all, but that also means that it turns really, really easily and it doesn't track straight by itself. Anyways, Today I'm shooting the V's and cutting the C's, maintaining my good fundamentals, and we're not going to capsize. That would be very difficult to navigate, and I have no desire to do that. So by cut the C, what I'm meaning is that on any curve like this, you're sort of hugging the inside of the bend. Because you can't really take your boat out right there. But here, I can just run aground and stop if I see any hazards up ahead. And I see a couple up there, and that looks like a bad one. So I'm just gonna pull over here. So have a look, what happens when you don't cut the C? You come around, you're sucked, you're pressed up against the outside edge because the water's all pulling that way. You make it through all this mess, but then you get sucked right into there. And that'll knock you off your boat, and the rest of it'll hold you underwater and kill you. It's just a big log jam that you're going into blind. Don't care for it. This looks fine, but it's probably too shallow for my boat. So I think I'm probably just gonna pick up my boat and carry it till I like what I see. The mountain's over there, and you look over, and you're in the foothills. So cool. Come ashore here to see if this is a place that could be my campsite. This looks like a place that'll do me just fine. Nice flat, dry gravel bed there. Little water source right there. Yeah, I think this is it. It's just 7 o'clock in August, but there's a mountain right there, so that sun's going down. Soak in the last couple rays of sunshine. Bye-bye. Mac and cheese. Nice. I'll be putting a little bit of tuna, a little bit of tuna in it. A little bit of protein. Yeah. My shoes are wet. My feet are wet. So let's get my feet drying out. We're chefing though. We're gonna save some of that pasta water. All right, gonna hit it with some EVOO. A little bit more. I want a high calorie meal here. That looks grim, and it looks real good to me. So let's tuck in. Little tuna, little cheese. Precisely what I desired. That is very, very tasty good. So, to me, today was a massive success. We made some good time rafting, and we were safe about it. And we've wound up in this stunning valley, pretty far from where anybody else usually gets to. Tomorrow, we're gonna have a whole lot of rafting to do. Probably twice as much as we did today. But after that, it's a quick bike ride back to the car and we're home free. A little bit of dessert here. Get ready for an early day tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, so I want there to be some wiggle room. I don't want to leave early. so that I can kind of shoot to get to the car at like 3 or 4. And then if things take longer than expected, then we'll still make it. And we won't be driving home in the dark. Alright everybody, I'm officially clocking out for the day. So, without further ado, here's a video of me waking up in the morning. Hello everybody. It's pretty cold out. Ooh. All right. Magnificent. Yeah, nice. You can really see how we're rafting out of the Rocky Mountains right now. There are all those mountain peaks behind us. And in front of us, the foothills. The water is so nice and clear. This river's calming down quite a lot. There's a little waterfall. Oh yeah. Well, it's about noon. I've been rafting for about 2 hours. And we've made it 13 out of 20 kilometers on this leg of the trip. So we're making really good time. We've only got another probably hour and a half to go of rafting. But in the meantime, I'm gonna eat some lunch here. All right, on the menu today is my homemade dehydrated shepherd's pie. First step is to boil. I'm going to start with the mash, just instant mash. And I think that's about the right amount of water, so in goes beef into the little cozy. That's a beautiful thing. Well, let's crack into this stuff. Wow. That is a little bit magnificent. It tastes so good. Wow. My only gripe is that some of the peas are kind of still the texture of dehydrated peas. They're all toothsome. But you get what you get when you're in the backcountry. This is pretty dang good.
Whoa. 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 I was not expecting that strength. Wow.
And we're back to it. Well, I had a nice lunch, some shepherd's pie, some coffee, and now it's back to it. We only have about 7 kilometers to go, hoping we'll be able to get that done in under 2 hours. And then a little bit of a bike ride, and we're home free. Oh yeah. That right there is Elk Creek. That's where my bicycle is. Let's see how this goes. Right on. Just a lovely place. And now, the paddling portion of our trip, all 30 kilometers, is done. Whew. Trade vehicles real quick. Got all my stuff laid out here. I have all the gear that I'm gonna need for a 2-hour little bicycle ride back to the car. This is one of my favorite views in the world. The Elk River Valley off the Forestry Trunk Road. Wow. There's a family of marmots that lives up here, and I always see them when I come through. Look at that little feller. Wow, that bike ride wiped me out. But that was a fantastic trip. It couldn't have really gone any better. 92 kilometers in the end. It was a triathlon, hiking, biking, rafting. Subscribe. Do it.